Literature is divided into two categories, subjective and objective. Subjective is a literature which is internally inspired, while objective is a literature which is externally inspired. Internally inspired means that the motivation for producing that literature is internal, while objectively inspired, externally inspired means that the triggers or motivation for producing that piece of literature is external, is from the outside. Now there are many subcategories of subjective and objective literature. In subjective literature we have lyrical pieces, sonnets, ballads, odes, while in objective we have epics, novels, dramas and the subcategories of these. Now I will explain through examples how subjective and objective literature get their triggers or motivations from internal world or external world, from the internal sources or the external sources. Subjective literature gets its triggers, motivation or inspiration from the self, from the inside, from the interior, like the lyrical pieces of romantic age, odes and lyrical ballads. They got their inspiration, motivation or triggers from the internal, from the self of the writer. On the other hand, the motivation, triggers or inspiration for the objective literature is from the outside world. Suppose epic Iliad and Odysseus, the motivation for those pieces was from the outside world, from the Trojan War. Same is the case with novel. The Victorian novels were inspired by the external factors, by the external society, by the happenings in the society of that time. Same is the case with dramas, they are externally inspired. But if we consider these factors, internal and external, in detail, we will get an impression that each and every piece of literature is a blend of subjectivity and objectivity. No literature can be purely called subjective or objective, rather it is a blend of subjectivity and objectivity. We can say that Paradise Lost was inspired both by the external and internal factors. Internal factors were the factors which were inside Milton, and the external factors were those which were happening in the society of that time. And same can be said for the novels of Victorian age. Suppose Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights, it was produced or it was inspired both by external and internal factors.